What's up, everybody? I'm Allison Johnson, and this is Pulling the Black Card. And I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. It's nighttime here in South Africa. I was, after the murder of Takeoff, that bothered me. It bothers me anytime I read of a young black woman or man being shot down way before their time. All over nonsense. You can't have a disagreement with people anymore. It's no more put your dukes up, man. There's none of that anymore. It's going straight for the gap. It's ridiculous. And we just, I know people I don't know why I don't like the terminology black on black crime. It bothers me because I think it kind of, I don't know, for me, it kind of is making it too simple. It's not that simple. It's really not that simple. You have to have been through a lot, not gotten a lot of love, and seen a lot of things you ought not to have no value in human life. You know, I've had guns. I've lived in carried states. I've had guns when I wasn't in carried states. But I never felt the need, if I got in an argument, to go get that gun and shoot someone because it's so final. Sometimes people around grimy people who already had it in their mind, especially if you're a rapper, and you listen. In every community, you're gonna have some hate. People hate on people. So you have to be careful with who you're around. I'm learning about all these things that rappers, especially rappers who are um, pretend are not really affiliated with a gang, and they talk about it in their records. Um, they they want to talk to you when you come into their town. I learned that from listening to this interview I'm gonna play for y'all from Snoop. You can't be repping things that you ain't. And they said lots of times rappers use the gang members for protection, which makes no sense to me at all. It makes no sense to me because there's all these companies that they're really trained, security. You need trained security. Once you're a millionaire, another thing. I was telling my son what I was going to talk about today. I said, because, when I talk about rap and think about growing up in the South Bronx and growing up during the birth of rap, I get real nostalgic, because it was, trust me, by no means we had less than a lot of the young people have now, and we managed to have big parties in the park called jams, and I used to love going to them. I used to get in trouble because I would stay out. That's the reason I got kicked out of my house when I was a teenager. That's why I was been on my own since I was 15, because I just couldn't leave hip hop alone. So when I speak about hip hop and younger people think you're too old, you don't know what you're talking about, it really pisses me off because I'm from the era where it all began. So how you gonna tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? hmm I mean, I literally got kicked out of my house because I wanted to go to a jam, and my aunt said that I had to be in the house when the street light went off, and that's when the jam started to really get to going. Okay, and you was always, you teenager, you boy crazy. It was boys galore. Okay, and I loved every bit of it. I didn't like when my friends had a house to go to and I had to figure out where to go. but it made me a survivor, you know? And I can remember all the little things I used to do, and staying up late to listen to Mr. Magic, and this was before they was playing like hip hop on major radio stations. So we would listen to Mr. Magic, make us a tape, our own mixtape, and with a cassette, a tape recorder, all of that. I remember that. And I loved it so. And I had my favorite rappers, my Cold Crush Brothers and Treacherous Three and Spoonie G and Shy Rock, who was a girl. Um, um, and when Roxanne Shantae came out, forget about it. It was serious. I was so serious. Every girl thought she could be a rapper after hearing Roxanne Shantae. And I have those kind of memories. I have the memories. I don't know if y'all ever went to the seen this show called what is that show called? It's on Netflix. Get Out? No. The Get Down. I know they were basing it on this club right here, Disco Fever, because I mean it was just so. Anybody who was in have gone to the Fever and grew up. That's another reason I got kicked out the house, because I learned about the Fever and I looked much older, and they Slim who would be at the door would let me in, and I became a regular, and I was like 15. I mean, and dancing with Melly Mel. He used to put a Dark Vader head thing on sometimes. All these memories. I went out with Busy Bee for a little while, you know. So I wonder, what are these young kids' memories now? Because every time I turn around, look at this young man. Gone. I think about his mother and his family. Gone for no reason at all. I personally think it was a setup, but I'm just speculating like everybody else. And it's very sickening that, listen, there was 40 people or 50 people there. Someone, they know who did this. Okay? And he's still walking around, breathing. I'm not saying, kill him, but somebody needs to do something. This was terrible. And so I think, what do the youth and the people have to look forward to? Like, I have all these wonderful memories. I cannot imagine having, to think about one of my rappers being murdered every other month. And so I wonder, and most of the people who are doing the shooting, I believe, listen to rap music. And some of the writers who are writing these articles about what happened to Takeoff, saying things like, it's because of rap music, it's because of rap music. It's it's because of economics. It's because of us not sometime having a two-family home where a young man has his dad to talk to, because I have a son, and sometimes he ain't listen. Now it can be done. You can raise a single mother can do it. My aunt did it with 4 kids. We turned out just fine. Even though I was wild, I calmed it down, and I turned my life around as soon as I got pregnant with my son, and I get with his father, and I got married. But so many people are saying, it's the music. It's the music. They hear this music all the time. And I remember it brought me back to 1996, where a woman named Dolores C. Tucker, she was a civil rights activist. She was a politician. And she had it out for rap music. She wanted to get it just banished, because her granddaughter showed her the album cover to Snoop Dogg's album, and she heard the lyrics, and Dolores C. Tucker said she would never be the same again. Okay. And from what things that I'm reading, how they are just blaming hip hop, which I must say, I wish we had a more diverse. We do have diverse hip hop. There is positive hip hop. There's Afrocentric hip hop. There's gangster hip hop. There's sexual hip. There's all types of hip hops. But on the radio, because the powers that be, they want these young men to sing about death. It's death music, and it's death and over sexualized music. That's what it is now, and and the radio stations play it with no problem. And some rappers say that if they come wanting to give a different side and want to talk about something else, they know it won't sell because the consumer wants to hear death. It's so sad. And we listen, when young people listen to this over and over again, I am not just blaming rap music, but we need much more of a variety to be played on the radio. Okay, because people do need to tell their stories. Because even if they didn't live it, if you live in a community, because I lived in a community where I've seen people get shot, I've seen people get stabbed. I seen my friend did this. She took a little. I, this was terrible. She took a little hatchet and cut her baby's father's two fingers off. Basketball, the and the they have the gates up around the basketball court. Well, his hand was there, and she just I was traumatized. So we see traumatizing things. So they tell stories. Now these fools that tell stories and they snitching on themselves, that's a whole nother thing. But so you're gonna get some hardcore stories. But when that's all you hearing about. Like I was trying to tell my son, that it would be I would feel different. I know I'm old, but I would feel different if I could hear different things I wasn't just hearing crazy. I heard a song one time called Throat Babies. I couldn't believe it. So so I was telling him, I was like, me and your dad, we went to see Ice Cube, who well, and we saw Black Sheep. Black Sheep was on the bill. It was Ice Cube was headlining, Black Sheep was on the bill, and Yo Yo. You remember Yo Yo? Don't play with my Yo Yo. Now all the girls can play with it, and you could, I'll get me a Birkin bag. That's how it's going down now. Things have really changed, and so this woman, Tupac couldn't stand her. His record. I think Eminem did too. She's been called a few names by a few rappers, and I want you to hear what she has to say. Here we go.
Of African American youth. Thus, images that degrade our dignity and are an insult to our children, families, and communities concern us too. And that includes all this gangster rap and misogynist lyrics. Music that glorifies and promotes violence with guns, knives, or drugs, and denigrates and defames women. And with the release of Snoop Doggy Dogg's debut album, Doggy Style, that includes artwork that is nothing but pornographic smut, available to any child to go in and buy with the album and with a record. That has got to stop. If you want to know why I'm on the warpath, when I saw this, I said, that's it. We march again. And we're going to keep on marching and demonstrating the truth stuff.
So That's what Dolores C. Tucker had to say, and Tupac called her a bitch afterwards. And so I just think that people is a bigger picture. It's not just rap music, though. There's a whole lot of white people making a lot of money off of mostly young black males singing death, rapping death music. While I hear they're taking out big life insurances on them. I don't know if that's just some fluff that's going around, but that's what I read. So I hope, all I can do is hope, you know, that we take everything more seriously, not just what our children listen to, you know, pay some attention to them, talk to them. If they hanging in the streets all the time, you're gonna have a problem on your hand. But it won't be because of rap music, because America was built on death, murder, rape, killing, taking. Yeah, that's what America was built on. And now that black young men have found a way to make money on singing about death, now they use it against them in the court system. Now, if you snitching on your damn self, you're a fool. But rap is about telling stories, and it doesn't always have to be your story. You tell stories of what's going around you, what's in your environment. So maybe if some of these environments and some of these young men could be given more opportunities, and and parents not just give them an out for everything they do, hold them accountable. So when I've been reading these articles when they're blaming rap for everything, I just can't go for that. But I would love to know what you all think. Do y'all think it's the music? I know music is a part of things because when you hear something over and over again, you know, young people are very impressionable. So now I want to thank you and Takeoff, rest in paradise, and my condolences to your family. And I want to take this time out to thank all my new subscribers. I am now talking to more than 5 people. And I really appreciate some of the comments and people giving me telling me about books. And I'm gonna there's a tribe, the Limba tribe here in South Africa, um, that are Hebrew and been Hebrew um, before BC. They've been here. That the lineage goes that far, and they say they are the lost tribe, children of Israel, and I can't wait to meet with them and be able to go. I will make sure I will film all of that. I have to get permission and to film and all that, but I'm setting that up, and that should be really cool. I can learn about. I'm taking this Israelite and Hebrew um, very serious because, like I said, um, Hebrew to Negro changed my life. So I love you all. I hope you enjoyed the show. I had to reminisce with y'all about growing up in the Bronx, and I also think about these young kids. What are they going to think about? Will they have fun stories to tell like I just had fun telling? I don't know. I love y'all. Remember, get out there, love somebody, because love is free. Have a good one. Thank you. I'll see y'all on Friday. Peace.